Yo, what's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro duel video. 6 Samurais, Shadow Samurais, finally doing a review on these. But sadly, yes, you probably already know the new 6 Samurais, the Shadow Samurais aren't really too great. The new one, the most recent one, Fuma, was just revealed. It kinda acts like a baby dinosaur, you know, when triggered by destruction, you can special summon a 6 Samurai from your deck. Your main target here is your level 4 Earth one that, you know, searches something from your deck that's not the same attribute as it's already on the field. No Kazans, yeah, this is not, I'm playing two different builds. The standard, or at least a True King build with more True Kings and not a pure, but a true Draco, more masterpiece based deck. I kinda prefer the True King build more since both decks are heavily reliant on the True King field spell. Since you know it will trigger your Fuma, your 6 Samurai Fuma, but again, this is not a deck of let's just slap 2 Dracos in or 2 Kings in because it's because you want to play top tier. No, it's just the Fuma works very nice with the field spell, and you know this is TCG, or at least we are playing with a TCG ban list, and Gateway is banned. It's not legal here in a TCG. It's at 3 in the OCG if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, if you look at online all the videos about 6 Samurai, it's always with triple Gateway, and okay, you're seeing the power of Gateway, but that's not... Yeah, that's Gateway, right? So we are looking for a build, we are looking for a deck without Gateway, a 6 Samurai deck without Gateway. Two possibilities here, both True King and True Draco. So let's, yeah, see a couple of examples. Alright, first example, I believe 2 videos, or at least yeah, 2 duels featuring the True King build. Morely True Kings like the Wind True King monster, I believe 1 Water and 2 Earth, I believe. But eventually the quote-unquote best opening hand, the most ideal opening hand you can have is of course your True King field spell, which is of course searchable off of your terraforming, but you could play like the trap version of terraforming as well, and your Fuma, but again Fuma is searchable off of Rota and the 6 Samurai Rota as well, so that's somewhat consistent, right? But again, it's very weak to hand traps, as you will see in a couple of moments. Same for the True Draco build in a couple of moments. But that True Draco build is much more weak, or is weaker to hand traps like Ghost Ogre, since now if they, for example, Ghost Ogre your field spell, you have the potential that you're still having a possible True King in hand to, you know, hopefully trigger your Fuma. And if all goes well, okay, you can establish a very nice board of your rank 9 Exceed, your king of, what's his name? You know, the rank 9 Exceed, and legendary 6 Samurai Shen as well. But as you already are seeing, this is not the YgoPro Link version, so that's the problem. The True King version, as you see here, is of course much more difficult to play during a Link era, since again you only have space, yeah, from the beginning for 1 extra deck monster, so going for the first turn Shen and rank 9 Exceed is sadly not possible. Otherwise, yeah, you have to go first for the Link summon, maybe go for Decode Target or whatever to open 2 free spots, and then go for your rank 9 Exceed and your Shen play. But still, that's asking a lot of resources, and it's highly unlikely that you're going to do that first turn, and again, ideal situations. So yeah, what's the advantage of this deck? Well, the advantage is you're playing like, you know, the True Kings and the level 4 Earth 6 Samurais, also not once per turn, again searching every time from your deck. Something like the Water guy or Fuma as well, since Fuma is Wind, so you can almost search it pretty much every time. It's also level 1 tuner, so immediately like normal summon it to go for Shen. It's very decent, but again the deck needs Gateway. 6 Samurai they definitely need Gateway to be like a possible top tier deck. This is more casual based, but again I wanted to try out the new support and I want to make them somewhat decent competitive. Here I kinda get dragged by Blue Eyes, and this should be the end of the duel. Yeah, the problem again is, okay, you're establishing a nice board, but if your opponent has answers to your board, you can hardly recover. That's same with 6 Samurais, they are kinda crap in top decking, like there are a lot of dead cards you can top deck, like United, 6 Samurai United for example, Gateway, you know, all those dead top decks. You have to have your very first explosive play and see after that. But again, first turn, the Draco, a true Draco monster on the field to possibly get a Surge, and Shen as well to negate a possible spell or trap from the opponent. So that's the advantage of this, you know, get your first turn Shen, and depending on your true Draco engine, have like a true Draco fighter, maybe Masterpiece, which again is also protected by the Shen. So going into Link format, maybe you should prefer the true Draco build a bit more, and yeah, play a bit more on Masterpiece, and yeah, only use your extra deck summon for the possible Shen. That's pretty much it, right? So again, Masterpiece doing its job. Next example, the opponent is playing with, you know, also one of the newer archetypes, the Cyber Darks. Again, I get to start the most ideal situation again with the True King Field Spell, etc, etc. Yeah, you know it by now. And get Masterpiece on the board unaffected by spells and monster effects indeed. Okay, get some searches. This is like a cool first turn field, also backed up by Strike as well. Triple Strike, just too good to prevent my opponent from going off, or at least have like an established field. He reveals, I believe, the card of the mice, and I have to negate that right with the Shen. So again, the nice advantage of playing Shen backed up with the Masterpiece, and that's why I'm probably, especially for Link format, leaning a bit towards this kind of build over the True King version. Then again, the True King version is a little bit, or at least less weaker, less vulnerable to the hand traps, or they had to disruption in the form of Cosmic Cyclone or whatever, right? Another field spell to trigger the True King Wind monster, and eventually I should be able to go for a game, right? Succession or Heritage, popping the back row, and now I should be able to just attack for a game. So another example against Wind Witches, I believe the Kaiju build, main decking Thunder Dragon, no, not Wind Witches, the Invoked build indeed, with the Kaijus and the Thunder Dragon main deck. He gets to start, and that's already a problem. The Mega Ball on the field, negating any spell, trap or monster, of course, if he has that in his hand. I'm not using Terraforming into the field spell, since again I'm maybe expecting him having a spell card in his hand, but maybe I just should have gone for it. But that's something, yeah, you don't know while playing, right? It's much more easy if you see both players' hands. Go for the first and Masterpiece again, and try to get the True King Surge. Or at least try to use my field spell Surge, but run into Ghost Ogre and then get Kaiju'd. Yeah, there goes my advantage. So this is pretty much a loss already. Again, very vulnerable to disruption, and Kaiju is still a very nice out to your Masterpiece. Double-edged sword technique, I believe the name is now dead, since no 2/6 Samurais in my graveyard, and I have to set Fuma. But again, he has Makaba on the field, and now I don't think he's able to attack for game, but I believe I'm just going to scoop it up during my next turn. No play, at least yeah, no reason to play this one on. So eventually going to the last example, I believe, yeah, the top deck of United. That's how it goes with 6 Samurais. Last example, I run into Ghost Ogre, luckily have that backup Terraforming into a second copy of Diagram to use the effect of my Fuma. Fuma number 1, so normal special summon the Earth one, get another Surge, double Fuma, which is cool. But I think banish indeed the top 3 cards of his deck, indeed. Go for the Shen first turn, and this is like a decent field to keep the water guy on the field to potentially use during my next turn. My Shen gets Kaiju'd, which is all fine since he doesn't have a follow-up play, so this should be my game again. Very explosive first turn opening, but it's not like the more obvious gateway shenanigans featuring 6 Samurais, right? But yeah, it's something different. Go for Barkion, and the Solemn Strike has been activated. I have an extra tribute summon, I believe he knew I had access to Masterpiece. So again, 2 different builds, feel free to leave suggestions, but yeah, again, 6 Samurais without gateway. Sam's neat gateway. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.